And Alex is kind enough to take a little time with us on the Wednesday program. Alex, good to see you again, man. Thanks for the visit. And before we get into your season and the Giants and some of the new additions, I want to ask you about the charitable group you're involved with. Tell us about, and this is a group I've never heard of before, and am I pronouncing this correctly, the Wender Weiss Foundation?
Wender Weiss.
Okay.
Yeah, so in the past, I've done the holiday heroes with for Christmas. This time for Valentine's Day, they're trying to do a $100 donation by noon tomorrow to send sweets and coffee to healthcare workers that have been working just tirelessly this entire year. And it's a great foundation. It's a great cause. And yeah, if anybody ever wants to donate, has anything they want to give, it's a good time to do it. And, you know, I'm pretty sure the healthcare workers will be very happy about it.
How did you find this group? And it strikes me that, you know, you're a guy, you've not played your whole career in San Francisco, not by a long shot, yet you really hit the ground running with a number of different philanthropic causes in the area.
Just to help through my publicist and just word of mouth with the guys in the clubhouse. And whenever I'm available, I like to join in. Whenever there's something around locally, you want to be a baseball player that's giving back to the community you're playing in, and then also in your hometown. So when I'm in San Francisco, I like to be able to, you know, show my face there and be able to help some of the causes in that area.
Hey, Alex, how different will camp be this year for you, knowing you're one of the guys now? You really cemented yourself in the lineup, so to speak.
Might be a little easier mentally. I said that even last year, where I felt confident in where I was health-wise, plus what I'd done the year before. But I still beat myself up in spring training. It's just once you get the competitive juices flowing, I don't know that I'll actually take it easy on myself. But it is nice being, you know, year 3 with the Giants now and kind of just feeling comfortable with where I'm at and knowing the guys, knowing the pace I want to go at. I think it's just going to just be like I'd hope a little more relaxing, but spring training, you know how it is. It is what it is. It's a tough time.
You know, every once in a while, we'll have a guest on the program, a player, and we have a chance to ask you directly to either verify or debunk some of the information that's about you online.
Right.
Here's where I'm going.
Hold your seatbelt. Here we go.
What, is your nickname really Grandpa? And if it is, why did that ever happen?
So that started in high school. I hadn't actually nobody had used it since high school. I don't know how it ended up online, but it's actually ended up fitting even more fittingly nowadays, even though they gave it to me when I was 15, acting like an old man at 15. I'd had back surgery when I was young, and that was the nickname they gave me then. Then fast forward 10 years, I'm still kind of the grumpy, injured guy at times. So I guess it's made a second coming.
That is cruel. Guy has back surgery. At high school, mates started hanging Grandpa.
Grandpa.
Gee whiz.
Grandpa.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm back to your hitting again, and we may go back and forth on different things, but, man, you really took off last year. What was the adjustment, or was it just playing time that you felt like you finally centered in and got a chance to really lock in?
It was a few different things. I was struggling about a month in a 6-game season that can really pile up on you. But it was really just a calibration in my mechanics and getting it just a little bit earlier and kind of solidifying my rhythm and really sticking to it there, especially that last month. It just all started clicking for me. It wasn't any one thing, but just kind of the process of building on your swing, trying to get it a little bit shorter each day and just feel like you're catching up to stuff. And something just clicked right there at about the month mark of last season, and I just rode with it.
Hey, there was a game in Colorado, am I right? There was a milestone you were shooting for. It all comes a blur. Tell me about that milestone again. And it came down to your last AB.
Yeah, so it was the total bases. I wasn't aware of where I was at. After I'd hit 2 home runs in 2 innings in my head, I've never hit 3 in a game in my life. So I was like, this could be the day. I've got about as good a shot as you got. I got 2, and it's only been 2 innings. And then luckily the rest of the lineup was killing it. So I got like 7 at bats. And I tied Willie Mays for most total bases in a game for the Giants. Yeah, apparently the walk doesn't count. So I tied him. I didn't pass him. I thought that I got an extra base there, but It was fun. It's
So a walk didn't
unbelievable
count on the total base. Huh?
No. It's amazing how misunderstood total bases are, even among, I mean, you guys who've played the game your whole life. Yeah, walk's not a total base. Hey, Alex, I want to ask you this because
That makes no sense.
yeah,
Go ahead.
you stuck on that one.
I am.
I was too.
The Giants have been pretty active adding players, and we just documented the signing of Jake McGee, and Kurt Casale comes aboard, and a number of relievers, John Brebbia recently of the Cardinals. Do you wait to get to know guys when you arrive at Scottsdale, or are there texts, are there phone calls when there's additions to the roster?
It's generally in spring training. I feel like every year, even when you have a lot of players returning, every year feels like a new team as far as the spring training locker room can be very different. You're meeting like 45 people at once. So I tend to do all my name learning in that first week and then figuring out what makes guys tick and, getting to know people throughout that springtime because you're spending so many hours. I mean, it can be 12 hours in a day sometimes where you're just there from sun up to sundown. And that's kind of a good time for us to get to know each other.
So among the players that you do keep up with, teammates, ex-teammates, are people talking about the changes to the baseball? We talked about it yesterday, slight alteration to the ball itself. Is that being discussed by players?
I haven't heard it yet. I know for a fact, since it's in public information that just came out, that it will definitely be talked about. Every ball that doesn't go out, somebody's going to blame it on the ball change. And I know how we tick and what we like to complain about. So it will be an issue. We'll see. It did feel like the ball was traveling maybe a little too good for the past couple of years, and we'll see if they did it accurately and brought it back to normal. But they did this in college my last year where they nerfed the bats and they went overboard with it. And it was not fun as a player.
Oh,
and
that was terrible.
Probably as a fan to watch. So we'll see what they did. It sounds like they didn't do much, but you never really know.
All among the great unknown for the 2021 season. Give us the info on the Wender Weiss Foundation one more time before we let you go.
Yeah, just wenderweiss.org. You can go on there and give a donation to help send sweets and coffee to healthcare workers, just a little pick-me-up around Valentine's Day. And it's a great cause, and anybody wants to join, I think it's wenderweiss.org, if I'm not mistaken.
Great. Awesome.
Keep swinging, Grandpa.
Yeah, man. Thanks for the time again, Alex. We're looking forward to seeing you back in uniform here in another month or so.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
He's a new dad now.
Oh, yeah. Hey, congratulations on baby, too. Get some sleep.
Oh, yeah. We're going to fix that sleep here this week.
Can't start soon enough. He'll get some sleep if nothing else. Alex Dickerson.
Thank you, bro.